Manya Prasanna Acharya ji, no. Manya Prasanna Acharya ji to raise a discussion on the working of the Ministry of Railways. Manya, please, please. Manya LOP बोल चुके हैं. Please, please. हर आदमी को मैं बोलने का मौका नहीं दूंगा. Please, आपकी बात रिकॉर्ड पे जाएगी. आप बोले.
Thank you.
आप बोले. आप बोले.
Thank you, Deputy.
सिर्फ माननीय प्रसन्न आचार्य की बात रिकॉर्ड पे जा रही है.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir.
Please.
Sir, I don't.
माननीय LOP बोल चुके हैं. Please.
Sir, I myself don't want to enter into any debate who should speak first, who should initiate it, or who should speak next. Even I am prepared to speak next to the Trinamool speaker. But as I was at the last moment informed by the Honorable Parliamentary Affairs Minister that I should initiate, I agreed to that proposal. But I always abide to the decision of this House. There is no question of any deviation or disobeying the consensus of the House, sir. So again, I thank you once again for giving me the permission to speak on this, sir. I will not take much of the time of the House, sir, because it is already going to be 6 and other speakers are there, sir. Sir, at the outset, I would first congratulate Ashwini Vaishnav ji because after he took over as the Railway Minister, we have been noticing that there has been many changes he is trying to bring in the ministry. And moreover, sir, though he belonged to Rajasthan, we think he belonged to our state, that is Odisha. Because in most of his time during his young days, he spent in Odisha as an administrator and as a very good and efficient administrator. And I personally know his pro-people attitude, and therefore, whichever district he worked in my state, he was a very popular collector, and he has been discharged his responsibilities in a very magnificent way. So therefore, sir, it is but natural that after he took over as the Railway Minister, obviously the country expects a lot from him, and I, being a Odia or hailing from the state of Odisha, our expectation from him is naturally much more our expectation is. Sir, if I am correct, I think India is, so far as the railway track, length of railway track is concerned, India's position in the world is either the third or fourth. So we have a vast railway network in the country, and as all of us know, it was the Britishers during the pre-independent period when the foundation of Indian railways was laid by the Britishers. And even during the time of the Britishers also, a large number of areas and a long track of railway lines were spread, and in many areas also railway stations were established. And then after independence, if you go through the record and the progress of the railways, the achievement of the railways, it was not very encouraging, sir. Even after independence, after 1947, it was not very encouraging. And a vast part of the country was still left uncovered by the railways. And I have to admit, sir, though I am not a part of my party is not a part of the NDA, and our support to the NDA is on issue base. But I have to admit, sir, after 2014, if you take a comparative picture of 2014 and before that, we have to admit that starting from 2014, after this government came to power, the spread of railway line in the country has doubled, almost doubled every year. And therefore, sir, I also congratulate the Railway Minister and his predecessor also, sir. And sir, one thing I would appreciate, everybody would appreciate, that now new indigenous technology is being introduced in the railways. Very recently, I was seeing the one news item in the television, and the Railway Minister was inaugurating what we call the Kavach system in the railway. And I think it is an indigenous technology, so that the frequent accidents that is occurring in the railways can be prevented to a large extent. And not only that, sir, in the agriculture sector also, to strengthen agriculture sector, Indian Railways has operated 1,849 Kishan train services, transporting around 6 lakh tons of perishable goods, including fruits and vegetables. It is a very, very welcome step the railway has taken, sir, and it is I think this is the first time that such Kisan train has been introduced by the railways, which has come to the help of the farmers of the country to a larger extent, sir. Sir, but one thing is, sir, in spite of all these achievements that I mentioned about the railways, your plan size is bigger every year. If you go through the budget provisions, sir, the plan size of the budget of railways this time is around 14.3% more than the previous year plan size, which has been pegged at rupees 2,45,800 crore. And if you go through the budget for the last couple of years, sir, you find that every year there has been increase in the allocation of the budget allocation. Earlier it was a separate railway budget, but after this government came into power, during the last couple of years, there is no separate railway budget. It has been merged in the general budget, sir. But, sir, you see, the allocation to the railways, even in the general budget, every year it is increasing. We welcome it. It is a good sign that the allocation in the railway budget is increasing. But, sir, you find that at the end of the year, when you see the revised budget, it is reduced. And more important thing is, every time in the revised budget, the original allocation is reduced, and the more important thing is the utilization. At the end of the year, you see, whatever the revised budget is, that is also not, the railway is not being able to spend that amount also.
They don't release money, last moment they release, they show in the paper big money.
And so, sir, this is a peculiar characteristic of the railways. So large amount is allocated in the budget. And you in the revised estimate, you reduce that. And even that reduced amount is the railways are able to spend. Of course, there are many regions, and many of the regions cited by the railways are varied regions, because there are problems in land acquisition, there are other problems also, there are dispute also, there is question of eviction also for unauthorized occupation. So there are problems, but in spite of that, sir, I think more efforts should be put to see that at least whatever is allocated, that is spent, sir. Even, sir, I know many projects in Orissa. I needn't say it because the Honorable Minister hailing from Orissa knows it very well. There is one project, sir, that is this Balangir Khordha railway project. And we see this project was initiated, it was started, I think, around 20 years back. And if I am correct, it is more than 20 years. But it is still an ongoing project. In every budget, there is some allocation. That allocation is not spent. That budgetary allocation is not spent. And since last 20 years, if I am correct, that project is all the time ongoing project. I do not understand when that project will end, when that project will be completed. This is one example I am citing. There are so many such examples, sir. So I think the Honorable Home Minister should put a special emphasis on such ongoing project. Sir, I can cite more. A number of projects are ongoing and are never completed, as I said. Out of the 58 supercritical projects, ongoing projects, only 35 have been completed. And the remaining 23 are still awaiting completion. It is uncompleted. It is ongoing project, sir. Likewise, sir, out of the 68 critical projects, only 6, out of the 68 critical projects, only 6, that is 8.8%. If you calculate percentage-wise, the completion rate is only 8.8%. So far have been completed, and 57 such projects still incomplete. And this is the observation of the Railway Standing Committee, sir. This is not my observation. The Standing Committee in this year budgets, this has recommended, this has cited this thing, sir. So this is an alarming situation, sir. So therefore, I think the Railway should take priority on the ongoing projects, and that project should be completed. It is not a good sign that projects will be ongoing projects, incomplete projects for decades together. That the Railway Minister has to take care of, sir. Sir, one important thing is, during the past few years, there has been a decline in generation of internal resources by the railways. If you go through the resources of the railways, you find that railways' internal resources is not increasing. There has been a decline in the internal resources of the railways, sir. And as a result, sir, the railways has shifted to more dependency on market borrowing, which is in the long term may have a cascading effect. More and more marketing borrowing is done by the railways because their internal resources are coming down. It is not increasing as it should. Therefore, obviously, it is depending on the market borrowing, sir. Sir, during 2021, the contribution of internal resources to the total capital outlay was 7,500 crore, which was reduced at the revised estimate stage to the tune of 1,685 crore. And the actual was rupees 2,064 crore. The Railway Standing Committee has also cited these things, sir. Sure, sir. Despite availability of adequate government support and infusion of funds via market borrowing, the inability of the railways to generate adequate resources is a matter of great concern. This is not my remark. This is the remark of the Standing Committee of Railways. So, sir, the government should take serious view of whatever is recommended by the state. Sometimes what is happening is we are all members of different standing committees. We deliberated in the standing committees after the budget is put up, sir. And many recommendations are made by the standing committee. But I fear, most of the recommendation that is gone unnoticed or uncared by the government. So that is a very wrong tradition, sir. So such type of very serious recommendations are made and serious comments are made by the standing committee that the ministry should take care of very much, sir. Sir, about extra, this, before the discussion started, I was having a talk with the Honorable Railway Minister, I was pointing him out. Sir, the extra budgetary resources. Sir, during the recent years, the extra budgetary resources comprised a major portion in gross budgetary support, what we call the GBS, and which has been increasing year after year. The extra budgetary resources is increasing year after year in the railways, sir. Sir, in the year 2019-20, an extra budgetary resource was provided to the tune of rupees 83,247 crores in the revised estimate. And sir, it is not a small amount. And sir, in 2020-21, it was capped at 1,28,567 crore rupees in the revised estimate, sir. Sir, in the last budget of 21-22, 95,200 crores were earmarked as EBR at the revised estimate state, as against the budget estimate of 1,02,500 crore. And in the budget estimate of 22-23 this year, it has been pegged at higher ever rate, that is 1,01,500 crore. And sir, what is consequently happening? Because their internal resources are going down, and obviously they are depending upon the outside support. So more and more interest burden is on the railways, sir. So I think the new railway minister, being a very, very experienced administrator in the past and a very knowledgeable person, and having keen interest in the development of railways, will take care of these things, sir. Sir, about one thing I would like to highlight, what is the revenue that is collected from the passengers' fare? If I am correct, you leave apart the COVID period, it must have been more than 50,000 crore per annum, not less than that. And what are the amenities provided to the passengers? Okay, sir, even in the important, there are certain important long route trains, good amenities are seen nowadays. But sir, there are other numerous number of trains. You will be astonished, and all of us travel in trains, sir. You are traveling, I am traveling, most of the members of parliament are, we don't travel all the time in the aeroplane, in the flight. We also avail the opportunity of traveling in the trains also. Sir, I am from Odisha. I travel from Bhubaneswar to my place, that is Sambalpur or Bargarh. The Honorable Railway Minister knows very well. And Tapaswini is a train. It flies from Bhubaneswar, Puri to I think, Ranchi in Jharkhand. It's a long route train. And you see the horrible condition there. Horrible condition. I request the Honorable Minister, because he is a very, very he all the time mixes with the common people and the commoners. I see during his last Odisha visit, he made an impact on the common people because he went to everywhere, to the Jungi Jhupadi, to the tea stall, everywhere. I would urge upon him, kindly once travel in that train and you see the pathetic condition of the bogies. The bathroom are nasty, the water, the taps are broken, the seats are torn, it's very, very unclean bogies. And this is one example, I say. Many of the trains, I very often travel in this Puri Ahmedabad, this Puri towards Raipur trains are. It's very, very pathetic situation. You earn money from the passengers' fare, more than 50,000 crore per annum, and this is the state of affair. So I will urge upon the railway minister, kindly give some time and take care of these things, sir, about the passengers' amenities, sir. Sir, regarding my own state, Odisha, I'm thankful to the minister. In this time's budget allocation, I think it was the highest budget allocation you have made to Odisha, and I commend it. I congratulate the honorable minister, and on behalf of my own party and on behalf of the people of Odisha, I thank the honorable railway minister, sir. And I hope this trend will continue. And whatever injustices has been made in the past to Odisha, so far as the railway ministry is concerned, sir, I would urge our, please wound up the hill, honorable minister, please wound up the hill, sir, because in the past for years together we have been neglected. Years together we have been neglected. And nobody should take my words otherwise. All the time, whenever a project is sanctioned, there is a political tuning in it. Whoever hails from any state, all the projects are dumped up in that state. All the projects are dumped up in this state. I don't particularly indicate any particular state. Whole India is one, sir, and there are underdeveloped states. So more emphasis should be given. No, I don't name any particular state, or I don't name any particular minister in the past, but this has been the general trend. So the whole country is one. We say Bharat Mata, Bharat Rashtra. So that concept, we should work with that concept, sir. So there are many underdeveloped states, and railway has been neglecting those states, sir. Sir, you have established to know, and the railway minister knows it very well. In my state, out of 30 districts, till today, 6 districts are unconnected with rail lines. 6 districts. Out of 30 districts. This is the state of affair. And after 75 years of independence. Sir, there is one railway station in Sambalpur which was set up more than 100 years ago. In Sambalpur, the district headquarters, my district headquarters in western part of the Odisha. And it is in the same condition. So, sir, I request the honorable minister to take care of these things. Sir, one thing I will like to bring the attention of the honorable minister. Sir, there are in different areas there are railway divisions. And during Atalji, when Atalji was Prime Minister, and many new divisions were opened in different parts, and Odisha got that opportunity of having one zone, sorry, not division, one zone, that is East Coast zone. And that case to credit goes to late Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. During his government, that was done. Earlier there was no zone. But sir, rail tracks in Odisha, it is divided into 3 zones. All the rail tracks in Odisha, it is divided into 3 zones. One is East Coast zone, headquarters at Bhubaneswar, the Southeastern zone, and another zone, sir. Sir, my Chief Minister, Sri Naveen Patnaik, has been repeatedly requesting that all these areas should be brought under one zone, under the East Coast zone. Sir, the logic that was cited by the railways was, the zone is not created on the basis of state boundaries. Okay? If that is the formula, I have no objection, we have no objection. But there has been deviation, sir. In one state, I don't want to name the state, there is a proposal, if I am correct, I do not know whether that has been implemented, the entire state boundary has been included in one zone. And for that, some division of Odisha has been taken to that zone. So, policy should be for the whole country, not for any particular state. Policy can't differ from state to state.
1 minute.
I don't want to name that
Just
state.
1 second, Acharya ji. The time is 6 o'clock now. I wanted to take the sense of the house. If you... Yes. Sir, the time is 6 o'clock. Your time is also over as per the records.
We have 2-3 minutes time.
2-3 minutes. No, please bear with me. In 2 minutes he will finish and then we will adjourn the house. Please conclude.
Maximum 3 minutes I will take.
Please,
sir.
please.
Be generous with all of us for the time.
No. Time, I see the
They
time
will
here,
ask
it is
question
6
that
o'clock
day.
now. Another 2 minutes he will finish, please.
Sir, my
Please,
last
please.
point, I will not consume more of the time.
I know.
My last point,
Please,
sir.
please.
Sir, as I said, the minister hailed from Odisha, sir.
I know.
I hail from Odisha. I don't say that minister should. No. I don't say that I agree.
No, please, Abdullah
I
ji,
don't
let
say
him finish.
the minister should show more favor to Odisha. I don't say, even I don't request the minister to say more favor to Odisha. But you show favor to the underdeveloped regions of this country. You show favor to those areas where railways has been neglecting since after independence. And Odisha is one among that states, sir. Sir, that is nationalism. That is not parochialism. That is nationalism. And being a true nationalist, I hope the railway minister will do favor to states like Odisha, states like Jharkhand, states like Bihar, underdeveloped states.
Thank you.
Kerala is a developed state.
Please,
Sir.
please.
Sir,
Please, sir.
sir, Odisha generates annual revenue of about more than 20,000 crore for the railways, sir. But yet, sir, as I said, there are still 6 districts which are not covered by the railways, sir. And sir, Government of India has the responsibility of creation of rail infrastructure in this state, and all the states, sir. But sir, my state government of Odisha, is committed to extend all help to Railway Ministry for implementation of railway projects in the state of Odisha, sir. We are extending all our support, sir. And Odisha government has already partnered with the Indian Railways to fill the viability gap wherever Railways has asked for it. Whatever help, assistance this Railway Ministry wants, state government has always been prepared to offer that, sir. Okay. And our Chief Minister has always been saying that, sir.
Thank you, Prasanna ji.
Sir, one sentence. In order to expedite augmentation of rail infrastructure in the state, Government of Odisha has taken many initiatives, such as to form joint venture special purpose vehicle jointly with the Railway Ministry and other ministries to undertake new rail lines corridors, directly financing construction besides offering land free for creation of a new rail project, sir. And my lastly, sir, the area from I hail, it is Bargarh. And it is a very underdeveloped area adjacent to KBK area. Nuapada is in KBK. Padampur is adjacent to KBK. Drought-prone area, Nuapada and Padampur. There has been a proposal, Honorable Minister knows it very well, to link Bargarh to Nuapada via Padampur and Bijapur, sir. I hope the Minister in a press conference declared that that project has been approved, but unfortunately, I don't see a single paisa that has been allotted in this budget. I urge upon the Railway Minister, kindly, it is my personal request to the Honorable Minister, sir, it is an underdeveloped area, so if a new rail line is spread there, the area will develop, sir. With this, sir, I once again
Thank you.
extend my support to
Thank
this
you,
budget and
Prasanna ji.
conclude my speech. Thank you,
The
sir.
House stands adjourned to meet at 11 hours on Monday, the 21st March 2022.